See the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, and thanks for joining us on this fine Thursday afternoon. Moments away, it'll be the Denver Nuggets going up against the Orlando Magic here at their home, Amway Center, with Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan, and we're pleased to have on the sidelines tonight David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thanks very much. Now, improving NBA officiating has gone high-tech. Today, the NBA uses the proprietary game review system, which is broken down from double-digit camera angles. Analysts spend a day or two dissecting each game. And Kevin, that data is used for evaluating, training, and communication with the teams.
Isn't that something? I mean, every day there's something new. Fascinating, fascinating stuff, DA. Thank you. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. The forward spots will be Porter Jr. and Gordon. Murray and Caldwell Pope, the guards. And it's Jokic in at the 5. And for the Magic, Ole is out there with Banchero. Then it's Wendell Carter. Then there's Suggs. And it's Wagner in at the shooting guard. I think it's pretty clear, Greg, what the goal is for this Denver organization long term.
It's simple, Kevin. Make it to the finals. The Nuggets have never been there. They've been close reaching a conference finals on more than one occasion.
Caldwell Pope with it. Passes it to Jokic. Back to Caldwell Pope. Jokic sets the screen for Caldwell Pope. 5 on the clock. Good work defensively by Carter. Wagner outside. And there's the pass to Suggs. To the wing on the left. No one near Banchero as he lets it go. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Carter against Jokic. Murray outside. Jokic kicks to Porter. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Pass to Jokic. Carter pulls it in.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And Wendell Carter Jr., Greg, one of the better rebounders in the NBA.
And Kevin, his numbers kind of sneak up on you. I mean, great job of clearing the glass and getting the break started. Still underrated as a rebounder, but is making a name for himself.
Murray, no good. On offense, here are the Magic. This the first chance to take a look at the Nuggets this season. Banchero passes to Wagner. Now Suggs. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Carter with it, and it's Gordon picking him up, and Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. So a new group on the floor for Orlando. .106 left here in the opening quarter. Out to Anthony. Over Smith. The Magic again can't hit. So for the Nuggets, their last game, a loss to the Timberwolves in Minnesota.
You know what? That's a game where the coach might just want to burn the video because there's no question they're a better team than what we saw, but they got crushed on that night.
They slept-walked through that entire effort. Way too much talent on the roster for them to let that happen.
Now here's Ross. Game against Oklahoma City, very impressive. Outside Anthony. 6 to shoot. And the shot goes in.
Silky floater by the guard. Cole Anthony adjusts his shot to the situation.
Here's Highland. He's guarded by Ross. launches it. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so that's the end of the first quarter. Offensively, pretty stagnant. It's the Magic up by 2. 2K Sports back in a moment from the Amway Center. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And from what we've seen from Orlando, what do you guys see?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
We saw the WNBA launch the Commissioner's Cup, but what are your thoughts, Doris, about a mid-season tournament being added to the NBA?
Kevin, it's hard not to look at the positive effect that the play-in situation has had on the NBA. Think about it, how much more competitive games are down the stretch of the regular season. So because of that success, I am very open to adding a mid-season tournament.
They've got Wagner. Ole is out there with Carter. Then there's Banchero, and it's Fultz in at the point guard. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic. Now here's Fultz. Last game we saw him score 13. Here's Banchero. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Banchero's got the lead up to 4 now for Orlando. And there's already a loyalty aspect to Banchero's makeup, starting with the tribute to the city he grew up in.
He literally takes Seattle everywhere he goes. You look at the tat on his right bicep. It has the Seattle skyline, Mount Rainier, the street he grew up on. In terms of his character, that indicates deep roots and a solid foundation he can build on.
Here's Wagner. Paolo Banchero making his last shot.
Well, being aggressive and assertive, the big man snatching the rebound.
Porter passes to Jokic. It's stolen by Banchero. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Here's Fultz. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And despite those shooting problems in the first quarter, they have the lead and look like they're finally getting it together offensively.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thanks very much. Orlando has a very young roster. Coach Jamal Mosley says, one thing I've said to them is dominate the simple. The more we can keep it simple, the better we'll be. Not overthinking things, just playing off instincts and reaction. Kevin, back to you.
Good place to start. Makes a lot of sense. David, thanks. Basket counts. Banchero's got 4 points in the quarter.
And great work inside. This is where Banchero feasts.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
And putting that pressure on the rim. That's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And the Magic have been one of the league's worst offenses in recent years. In fact, it's been over a decade since they've been average in that regard. Drafting a ready-made weapon in Paolo Banchero, they hope can help them take a step in the right direction. Shooting two.
No good on that.
And such a young, exciting core for the Nuggets. The MVP, Jokic, Michael Porter Jr., and Jamal Murray. This group has a chance to be a contender for the years to come.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. Big group substitution here for Denver. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Jokic. Zeke Naji comes in for Aaron Gordon. Brownie's checked in for Porter. And Murray's subbed in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Anthony finds Wagner. And here is Suggs. Bamba setting the pick for Suggs. And Zeke Naji gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Is Smith. He's checked in for Denver.
In for the Nuggets, it's Smith.
We've got 22 seconds left in the second quarter. Bamba a screen on Smith. A shot by Anthony, no good. Brown against Ross. To the inside. Jordan dishes to Murray. Here's Najee. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Orlando bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks a lot, guys. With Mike Malone, as the second half approaches, Coach, what are you looking for?
Execution, pace, and purpose with everything that we do, and making sure that when we call a set, we know what we're trying to accomplish and get the ball to where our players can be effective.
We'll see if they can fix that in the second half. Thanks, Coach. Back to you.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Hello, folks. The first half is in the books, and we've got a lead on the scoreboard for the Orlando Magic.
Nobody really expected them to be ahead at this point, but that's why you play the games.
It's been proven. In the NBA, any team can beat you if you don't come ready to play.
And now, let's focus on a couple of guys who have been getting it done in the first half.
These guys are leading their way offensively. It's hard work doing all that scoring. Wouldn't you agree with that, Shaq?
Not for me, it wasn't. Piece of cake or barbecue chicken, whichever you prefer. Oh, both at the same time. I'm hungry.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. And in the last decade, defenses switching on screens has increased dramatically. Is this the new normal, you think?
Kevin, I think so. I think teams that switch well tend to defend well because switching can create mismatches, but it's harder to punish those now with all the help defense.
Second half is underway. Here's who Michael Malone's got on the floor. Murray and Caldwell Pope, the guards. The forward spots will be Porter Jr. and Gordon. And it's Jokic in at the 5, home in the paint. Here's Murray after the basket by Franz Wagner.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
Kicks it to Suggs. Outside Carter. Unable to get that one. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Inside. Stolen by Carter. Wagner outside. Pass to Suggs. 1:57 left in the third. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Banchero. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Banchero's got the lead up to 11 now for the Magic.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
That was a second look at our Mobile One drive. Amazing control on display.
And trying to extend this lead, no better way than playing north and south, getting after it.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Michael Porter Jr. was a top prospect in his high school class, but his back injury has presented a constant challenge. He says, it changed my perspective. I'm just going to get up every day and try to be better than I was the day before. If I'm giving my best every day, then I'm good. Back to you guys.
Well, you hope he stays healthy. That has been a concern. Thanks, David. Now, here's Suggs, following the miss by Jokic. Porter passes to Caldwell Pope. To the left wing. Jokic, no good. Magic leading by 11. Here's Banchero. It's hauled in by Gordon. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Caldwell Pope for 3. The Nuggets with another miss.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Wagner against Murray. Carter sets the pick for Wagner. Bangs home the trifecta. Wagner's got 5 now.
What we know about Franz Wagner is this guy attempts a fair amount of threes for a reason. He's pretty effective, guys.
Passes it to Jokic. Stolen by Carter. Here's Suggs. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Magic lead by 14. And will return shortly. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. The Nuggets trail by 14. Mohamed Bamba is out there with Wagner. Then it's Gary Harris. Then there's Cole Anthony. And it's Ross in at the 3, the small forward. That's who's out there for Orlando. Here's Najee. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Smith. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And Anthony's got the ball here for the Magic. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. And that one, good. Anthony's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Magic. Here's Highland, guarded by Harris.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Outside Anthony.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
He kicks it to Bamba. Now the pass to Ross. Shoots over Brown. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Ross has got his first points in this one. The Nuggets trail by 16. Jokic with his screen on Anthony. Smith the pass to Jokic. The dish to Brown. Out to the right wing. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It goes on Mohamed Bamba.
A nightly double-double threat. Jokic is also an exceptional playmaker for a guy that size.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
They've shown no let-up. Penetration, knife it inside. The defense has to tighten it up if they want to slow this team down.
I also like how they've played in the painted area. They've made an effort to work on the inside and convert those chances.
Free throw, good. Jokic. And for Orlando, it's been a tough decade. We would agree on that. And Greg, they've only won 2 playoff games since 2012.
Well, they've only made the playoffs twice in that span as well. So they've got a lot of draft picks lined up in the next few years, and they need to make good on those high picks.
He doesn't get the second one.
And back in 2021, Nikola Jokic became the lowest drafted player to ever win the MVP. The 41st pick of the draft, the first second-round pick to win the award.
Carter, a good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And the Magic lead by 17.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Magic.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Wendell Carter.
I think his steals tell the story. This guy was a disruptive force, and I don't think you can underestimate how important it is for a team to have someone in that role.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Carter with a screen on Murray. Anthony kicks to Carter. Here's Okeke. It's hauled in by Gordon. And here is Murray. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And we've got David Aldridge standing by on our sideline with the player of the game. David, it's all yours.
Thanks very much, Wendell. A big performance on the boards tonight. Did you expect to dominate like that coming into the game?
No, I didn't. I just wanted to come out, help my team any way I could. So, rebounds or not, I did what I had to do to help the team win.
You were a big part of it tonight, man. Thanks very much. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again.